Welcome to day 25, 25. Anyway, so this tropical storm is looking very, very daunting right now. Apparently it's going to be hanging out. The bands of it are just going to be swirling around us for the next couple of days. This thing's just dumping water and stuff. But this morning we got a reprieve. It was a little sunny for a few minutes. And, the weather, temperature-wise, is, low 80s. Not too bad out. There's just that feeling of low pressure, like it's going to storm soon, so you just kind of feel a little off. But that's okay. I'm doing all right. How are you doing? Are you doing okay? I talk a lot about myself on here when I'm talking to myself. Okay. So last night was a success as far as the selfie project. I sent 20 selfies to Chris. He definitely got the joke. He thought it was funny. Let's see what else is going on. What else can I up? Oh, I got a new camera. Here we go. I'm at a stoplight, so here we go. It's an Activeon or Activeon, however you want to say it. Action cam. I actually got it for free. I didn't have to pay for it because I get kind of these reward certificates from Dell every once in a while from buying equipment for my customers. They send me a little, here's some money to spend in our store. So I'll buy dumb stuff that I normally wouldn't buy, like that camera. And I think it's pretty cool, actually, except for one major problem. It doesn't work. It doesn't work with iOS 10, I should say. It works, I guess. It turns on. It records video. I can transfer it through a USB cable. Who does that? What the heck year is this? But the app doesn't work on iOS 10. It just never connects to the camera. It's very upsetting. Very upsetting that it's just, this happened to me a couple of years ago. I updated whatever the iOS was at the time. It might have been iOS 7 or so. And my Logitech Harmony remote system, I had a Logitech Link Harmony remote. It's like a universal puck that you put in your room where your AV equipment is. And the app is your remote. So your phone is your universal remote, which is great because it's so much easier to program than a physical remote. And everyone can have a remote on their phone. So gone are the days of where the hell's the remote when everyone has a remote on their phone. Fantastic idea, except the new iOS came out and it took them literally 2 months to update their app to work with iOS. So I had to go back to like traditional old remotes. We had one old iPod that wasn't updated that was able to work with the TV. It was a freaking nightmare. And I hope that this company, I'm calling you out, you Activeon or GoPro knockoff people from China, I'm calling you out. You had you had almost a year to get your crap together with beta software and you could develop it. I'm sure it's just a stupid little setting, a change or a tweak in the security settings of iOS 10. My Fuji stuff all works fine. I tested all of that. I made sure that worked before I even upgraded because I depend on that for my job. But it all works, same kind of technology. It creates a little Wi-Fi hotspot on the camera. You connect to it with your phone. The app transfers the photos. Bing, bang, boom. You're on the internet in seconds with high-quality photos. What's up, Activeon? No one knows how to say your name on. Get your shite together, bitches. Seriously. I know it's been like 2 days since the iOS came out officially. But still, I'm going to bitch. You should have had your shit together. Got like 482 app updates, except yours. Do it. Because I do want to use that camera, and I probably will use it at the festival on Saturday. I might set up a time lapse. I got some bad news about the festival though. This year, the Flowertown Funky Firkin Festival, which is how it's officially called, or what it's officially called, is not going to be outdoors because of this storm. because this storm is not going anywhere and it's just sitting on top of us all week. They decided to move everything indoors, which will change the dynamic of the whole thing. It'll make it a little bit more intimate. It might feel a little bit more crowded. But yeah, that's a bummer, because this is a good time of year to have an outdoor event in Charleston. As far as the weather, it's not cold or cool. It's still hot, but not oppressive hot. It's good drinking weather. It's good weather to sit outside and get a buzz on. And I was looking forward to that. I was gonna get the drone out. I was gonna hit this event from all angles with every piece of technology I had. I was gonna do 360-degree photos. I was gonna do video. I was gonna do everything. It was gonna be a photographical hodgepodge of stuff, because I could. Because I would have the time, I'd have the participation of drunk people doing silly things. It would have been great. And I still will be able to do a lot of it, but no aerial footage from inside. That would be annoying. That would be dangerous. That would be stupid. So, that's that. No big deal. We'll make it through. But, I was looking forward to it being outside. Anyway, changing gears. What else is going on? I got a new phone. Not the iPhone 7. I did buy that, but I haven't gotten it yet. But I got a new phone for my employee that's starting on Monday. I got him a Google Fi Project Nexus 5X. And I'll tell you what, it's a pretty cool little phone. I don't have any Android phones. I had, a couple of years ago, an Android tablet, which lasted all of about a week and a half before I said, this is the worst. Who deals with this? Who likes to reboot their mobile device constantly and have it crash? And it was so just awful. Put a bad taste in my mouth. And I have since been working on them for other people for years. So it's not that I'm a stranger to it, but it was what I haven't seen out and about in the wild. Most people's Android-based phones are locked to the carrier, so it'll be a twofold piece of shit. You got, like, say Verizon puts all their junk on the phone that you can't get rid of, and then let's say you've got a phone from LG. LG will put all their junk on the phone. So you've got, like, you turn on the phone and it's just like it's like walking through Times Square and having all of that signage in your face, and it clouds the architecture, and that it becomes the architecture, all of the advertising, and that's what it feels like when I get on an Android phone. It's like, what is all this junk? You gotta go through all this garbage just to use your phone and get it set up to, like, a way that's appealing to you. And to, sure, you could do that. You could clean it up, put things in folders. You got to do that on iOS too. They put their own apps on there. But guess what? Most people don't do that. Like 9 out of 10 normal people that aren't technically inclined to manipulate their device, their computer, their phone, their tablet, they just leave it at the default stuff, the default setup. And it's just, ugh. I look at the phone and I go, ugh, why? Why do you choose to live like this? Anyway, it's just a silly thing to get upset about. But the Google Fi phone, completely unlocked. It was just the Android system, just the Google stuff, base apps. It was kind of nice. They're starting to seem more like Apple than Apple is these days, as far as minimalistic and keeping things simple. I felt like it was a nice, simple phone. It didn't have a whole lot of bells and whistles to worry about that were, like, in your face. Kind of like it. So we'll see how that works out in the long run. One thing that I did notice, and I'm getting on, like, technical stuff right now, and I'm sorry if this is boring to you, but the Google phone has a USB-C port as its charging/data port. And USB-C sucks as an interface. Not the technology behind it. I'm talking about the physical interface. You know why? Because the female hole in the phone has a tongue. And that freaking tongue is like as thin as a piece of paper. And all it takes is one somewhat squished cable or cable that got stepped on or bent a little to be forced into the phone by your average Joe Schmo who's not thinking about what they're doing. And then they pull that cable out, and guess what happens? The tongue comes out with it, and your whole phone is now trash. Trash. Nothing you could do about it. It would cost more than the phone's worth to fix it. It's a terrible technology, and guess what? Or terrible design. I shouldn't say technology. Terrible design. And, Apple got it right with the lightning port. It's just, it's kind of like male, female. Here's this long thing that goes into a hole. No delicate parts. Sure, the cables break, but the cable's cheap to replace. The phone jack doesn't break. It's very difficult to break a lightning port. So I just don't know why they decided to go that route. It's just, Apple proved it can be done a different way. Why don't they just either pay the licensing or copy it, do something similar, or just Anyway, I think I've bored myself with technical talk, so I'm gonna shut the hell up right now and listen to some tunes. If you want to listen to something interesting, NPR right now has the new Beach Slang record. It's their second album, and it's very short. It's like less than 30 minutes long, but they've got it streaming, so just search Beach Slang on the NPR site or app and check it out. Let me know what you think. See y'all!
Are
you pissed still? Are you pissed?
He's not pissed, he's just smelling it. So.
He's gonna poop on me in a second.
I thought about now that he might.
You got it ready? Good evening. I've got a red face. It's dark out, and of course I'm sitting in some sort of traffic. Not much. Heading down Dorchester Road, heading home. Made it through another full work day, followed by a beer week event at my favorite brewery, Holy City Brewing, and they had an event with turtles. Turtles walking around, just turtles. They had turtles inside, they had turtles outside, turtles here, turtles there. It was a fundraiser for the Turtle Alliance, Turtle Survival Alliance. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. It started out really nice, got a couple of cool aerial shots, and then, like it's been the last day or two, just the clouds came in quickly, torrential downpour. Everyone tried to jam inside to the brewery, which was a little nutty because you couldn't walk around. It was just like, elbow to elbow. But everyone, by the time the rain started, everyone that was there was a little on the side. So it was all good vibes. It was a lot of fun. Got a lot of great pictures. Had some fun. I talked to people, but I didn't really, because it was so packed in there, I didn't really get to have any meaningful conversations with anyone. It was a little just like niceties and, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm shooting for this, blah, 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 blah. Can we get a picture? Yada, 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 yada. But, I showed my face. People recognize me. New people who I have been seeing all week are all, comfortable and just happy to see me, which is, I'm happy to see them, so that's good. And I think that's all I've got to talk about. I'm heading to get to the grocery store right now, get some stuff for tomorrow. One more work day left of this nuttiness. And then Monday we get Larry on board. Larry! This poor guy has no idea what kind of silliness he's in for. I hope he's got a sense of humor. I really do. Anyway, so I will check in with you tomorrow. Hope you have a great night.